Good morning, welcome to Morning Outlook. This is Kim speaking on, what day is it today? Thursday. Thursday the 12th of January. So, what we got in store today, the biggest thing is the US inflation data. In fact, that's as I say, the big thing. We'll just look at the data coming out today. There is the jobs numbers coming out there as well, unemployment claims, but has less effect. It's the weekly figure, so it's never a big one, but it is all about inflation. And why so focused on it is because what the Fed obviously looking at is the main driver for interest rate increases. Now it's looking like it's supposed to be coming down quite a lot. Now if this actually happens, and we've just got to watch that core figure as well, but that's the normal figure that's looked at most. But if these headline figures ain't coming off as quick as expected, I think there could be there'll be a bit more of a drive in the dollar. However, if it comes in where it is, or better than these expected figures, or I say better, less than these expected figures, once again it takes off the heat a little bit off the Fed for well, they'll probably slow down interest rate increases more. So we'll see how things go, but that's very, very key today. Actually, whilst I think of it, just check we've got Fed Harker speaking at 12:30, so just before an hour before the news, we got the news. So there we go. So something to watch out for then. Let's look at these markets, and I'm just going to come back and look at the euro then. As it sits at the moment, it's spent 4 days now. Well, it seems 4 days, actually 3 days, we're on the third day, but it seems forever. It's just in this consolidated zone. Yes, it popped its head over the parapet, but not to be held. Looking at this, anything that, of course, if the inflation is down on expected, I'll talk about it being higher, we could see this euro fly off. It's consolidated around the highs. It's been pushing up, as I said. It's broken the high there a little bit and consolidated once again. That's all it would need for that to maybe get another shove, maybe similar to what we saw with the non-farms. Okay, so at the moment non-tradable for me, but as we go through and see the news come out, maybe it will be something to do. Looking at the pound dollar, again consolidation. It's trying it towards its higher level there on the 4 hours. Bullish flag is what we can see at the moment there. But again, just chopping along. Difficult to really work out. Well, when's it going to go? If it's going to go probably most likely at 1:30, unless something's said at 12 o'clock from someone that knows something, like the Fed speaker. Right, dailies on the dollar yen. Well, we did see a move through the Asian session there down. We've been sort of sitting there waiting for this, and sure it goes when you can least trade it there at 10 o'clock at night. So pushing down. Now it's sitting into some support here. The question is, can this also push off? It looked good for a while, and then it didn't look so good, and maybe it's starting to look good again. A break below these lows though may be more significant. Again, it's all sitting there waiting for the inflation data. Aussie dollar, looked at this yesterday, and at one stage it too looked like it was going to roll. I say it too looked like it was going to roll, but it did look like it was going to roll. It started moving down here. It was probably clearer than it had been in some respects, but it just never materialized. Bounced back up there. Quite a tight hold move. Again, waiting for news, and you're going to know this on the US CAD as well, because it looks. As you come down the time frames, it's pretty choppy. Here we go. As we come down, there's the 4 hourly version, and there you go. It couldn't be much more compact than that without not being traded. Okay, so there's the major currencies. Let's switch across. Look at the oil and gold. or gold and oil. If I can get the right, there we go. So actually I said oil and gold. Let's do it in that order. So I was waiting for a bit of a breakdown, never materialised yesterday. It's pushing up, if anything, again, and it's just giving us a higher low through that shove to the upside, and it's just not what it was for trading at the moment. And I just haven't traded it for a long time now. It seems like months, but it sits in a quite an ugly choppy mode for a lot of occasion, and there's no point taking the added risk on. So it's sitting there, still too much risk. Yes, it may continue pushing through, but not a lot I can do on that. Gold's a bit the exception here, like the currencies. It's sitting there, or should I say other currencies, it's sitting there around the highs. It's like the euro just pitched out of the prior highs there, looked like it's going to do something, then had the big sell-off yesterday morning, only for it to push back up again. So it too, it sort of broke it just fractionally broke those near-term lows, but there's obviously demand around this bottom half here, the bottom here, and well, we could see a shove on again, depending on the news. Right, quick look at the indices. The CSI 300 is just can't say dailies there, stalled at the moment, and these markets, there's the Nikkei, it too quite stalled. The Nifty 50, that's continuing its southbound journey really, and it's triple bottomed where it's sitting at the moment. So looking, it's either gonna bounce from here, or we're going to see a continuation. I vote for what I'm looking at here. Is if it starts breaking those lows, we'll see a bit more of a continuation to the downside. Doesn't look good at all. S&Ps, well, they did manage a shove up yesterday, and continuation. We got this sort of bullish looking move here, but again, these will be really affected this afternoon by the news. So they're sitting there quite consolidated at the moment, and they could well stay like that. So that's the S&Ps. The Dow's similar-ish picture. They're pushing up there. It's put a pivot swing in there on the dailies. Yeah, on the dailies it's a pivot swing, looking quite bullish. Even the Nasdaq looks quite bullish where it's sitting here. It's whether or not it can continue shoving through. Looking close to home then, DAX, well, another prime day for the DAX. It's just continuing through. The signs of growth, etc., is probably helping. And the FTSE, well, it too pushed on into its monthly R2 at the moment, reacting off of that. Again, the inflation data today will affect all these markets, I'd imagine. Certainly the currencies at least, but it will have a knock-on effect right the way across the board. So there you are. I wish you a great day's trading. I'll be back in the morning. I'll chuck Bitcoin on at some point tomorrow as well. Take care. Bye for now.